talking about Ron Klain. Ron Klain, as you guys may recall, was the chief of staff. This is cut number 14, guys. Was the chief of staff for Biden. I got to call him Autopin Biden. We know he wasn't the president. But anyway, the guy that played the president, all right? So anyway, he was, for his first couple of years, we all know about the Autopin scandal. We know about the Russia collusion hoax. Representative Tim Burchett actually had some stuff to say about Ron Klain, which I think is promising because they see the writing on the wall. Cut number 14, por favor, Mr. McConnell.
I think that it's disclosing what's going on and just the track they took to get things done. You know, of course, the auto pen is what everybody's looking at. But I think the interesting thing to note is with this, if you've ever talked to prosecutors, especially the mob or other groups like that, they find somebody who will talk. And this guy's an honorable man. And he sees the writing on the wall, and these other people are trying to avoid probably a prison sentence, and they're being ill-advised, I would say, and he's been advised correctly. And I suspect once the mortar starts falling off the brick wall, a few more of these are going to come forward because they're going to say, man, I'm going to be implicated in this thing, and they're going to have to start talking. But I find it to be very credible. And, you know, and the thing is, too, the national media chastised people like me. I was banned from stations because I said things that he was inept and mentally unstable to be the commander in chief. And that was years ago. And now all of a sudden it's just commonplace. So I think that can't be said enough.
All right. So, listen, a lot of people, Ron Klain is doing the smart thing by talking. We know that we were gaslit for 4 years. It's absolutely astonishing to me that the left has the audacity. The left has the audacity to talk about Epstein. They didn't give a flip about Epstein for Joe Biden's entire tenure. And why didn't they give a flip about Epstein? Because I think some of them were implicated. I had people that even tweeted to me or, put on Facebook, whenever I was talking about some of Trump's wins, one guy put this collage of photos of Trump with Epstein. And I'm like, so what? This is absolute nonsense to me. This is all the left has. Okay, so Trump, a rich New Yorker, went to parties with another rich New Yorker before he realized that he was a criminal and a pervert. And I mean, that's going to be probably the vast majority of people on the so-called list. I know there isn't an Epstein list per se, but these are one of the reasons why some of these names are being protected. Some victims, if you've ever been a victim of a crime, some victims don't want to have to relive that. Some people may be scared for their names to be outed, and you have to take that into consideration. And then you have to take into consideration that there are some people that probably flew and were around Jeffrey Epstein that had no clue of what he was doing. And then there are others who simply did. So that says nothing about Donald Trump. We all know, as far as we all know that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, but the left wants to focus on this. Why? Frankly, it's a trick. It's a trick. For anyone that's been involved in the criminal justice system before, as frankly I have, all right, so there's information that cannot be divulged. So what you do is you sully Trump's name. You say, oh, he was on the list. Look at these pictures. Hey, release everything. And now you see Democrats are saying, hey, this works. Even Ro Khanna said, hey, this works. Democrats have to use it to our advantage, basically to gain some ground on Trump. So you just throw Trump's name out there. You can't release everything. Trump doesn't want to release everything, but he does want to be transparent and release what's credible. But I also believe that they set landmines. I heard this from someone else hey, just mention Trump's name. Just put his name in the report. And that's all Democrats will focus on. That's all people like Kirsten Welker of Meet the Press will focus on. Why? So that they won't focus on the wins that Trump is gaining for you.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.